For years, the West set the pace in AI, but with China now harnessing billions in government investment and generating 45% of the world's AI research, Elon Musk and Jensen Huang warned that we are not far ahead. If US dominance is slipping, what does a true AI arms race look like? Especially as China's next moves remain shrouded in secrecy. AI war alert: China is rising fast. In July 2017, China's State Council released a sweeping blueprint. By 2030, the country would become the undisputed leader in artificial intelligence. This was not an empty promise. Within a few years, China claimed a staggering 40% of the world's AI-related patents, and produced nearly half of all peer-reviewed research papers in the field. Government agencies, universities, and private tech giants moved in lockstep, churning out breakthroughs in machine learning, computer vision, and natural language processing. Beijing Academy of Artificial Intelligence, Tsinghua University, and a growing constellation of state-backed labs became global research engines, publishing at a pace that outstripped rivals. The official plan called for artificial intelligence to transform national security, manufacturing, transportation, and healthcare. By 2024, Chinese institutions were publishing more AI PhDs annually than their American counterparts. The country's share of global AI patents and papers became impossible to ignore, an unmistakable signal that China's rise was not just about infrastructure or investment, but about building the intellectual foundation for long-term dominance. The numbers point to a clear intent. This is a coordinated, whole-of-nation push to shape the future of artificial intelligence at every level. China's AI ambitions rely on more than just research labs and talent. They are powered by a colossal backbone of hardware and energy. In 2022, Beijing launched the East Data West Computing Initiative, EDWC, pouring over 200 billion yuan into a network of national data center hubs. These are not just server farms. By 2025, more than 1.95 million racks hum across the western provinces, driving the country's AI training and deployment at a scale that rivals anything in Silicon Valley. The numbers are staggering. These clusters deliver over 300 exaflops of compute, and the government has mandated that 80% of their electricity must come from renewables like wind and solar by 2030. In Inner Mongolia, Ningxia, and Gansu, data centers tap into vast stretches of wind and solar farms, cutting energy costs to as low as 4 cents per kilowatt hour. Operators are required to hit a power usage effectiveness of 1.25 or better. That is more efficient than most Western builds. State policy grants priority access to land, grid connections, and fast-track permitting, letting projects go live in months. This is not just about scale, it is about speed and efficiency, turning geography and energy policy into a strategic weapon in the AI race. The numbers tell a story that is impossible to ignore. In January 2024, the gap between the top US and Chinese AI models on the LMSYS chatbot arena ELO leaderboard stood at 103 points. By February 2025, that gap had shrunk to just 23. The MMLU benchmark, which tests language understanding across dozens of fields, shows US models averaging 84.2%, Chinese models 79.6%. The difference is now measured in single digits, not double, but the pressure is not just about accuracy. Chinese models are often 30 to 50% cheaper to train and deploy thanks to domestic chips, streamlined architectures, and data centers that run on cut-rate renewable power. Training budgets for Chinese models like DeepSeek V3 or Qwen2 Se100 are coming in at less than half the cost of US giants like GPT-4 or Gemini. The leaderboard is shifting, not just because of smarter code, but because of economic muscle. The cost advantage is turning every new benchmark into a closer fight. On October 17, 2023, the US government tightened export controls on advanced AI chips, aiming to choke off China's access to NVIDIA's most powerful hardware. The move sent shockwaves through the global tech industry. Within days, NVIDIA's share of China's advanced chip market, which had been an astonishing 95% before the ban, collapsed to near zero. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, watched as years of dominance vanished almost overnight. Chinese labs scrambled to respond, respond. They launched emergency procurement drives and shifted workloads to domestic alternatives. Baidu, SenseTime, and iFlyTech activated stockpiled chips, rerouted cloud training, and tapped into local supercomputers. Gray market channels lit up, with brokers working overtime to source banned graphics processing units through third parties abroad. But the real impact was strategic. US controls forced China's AI giants to double down on homegrown processors and accelerate their own hardware ecosystems. For Nvidia, the loss was not just revenue. It meant forfeiting a front row seat to the fastest growing AI market on Earth. The West now faces a dilemma. Every new sanction risks fueling China's drive for self-reliance, even as it tries to slow the race. The stakes are no longer just about sales or patents. They are about who controls the future of intelligence itself. Every month, China closes the AI gap. Decisions made now will decide who sets the rules tomorrow. In this race, falling behind isn't just about technology, it's about power. What's your take?